Hi everyone, this is Tiffany, also known as The Perfectly Wise. I'm coming with our February intuitive guidance session or reading. This is actually a take two of this session. For some reason, I recorded the session earlier, and when I reviewed it, I just didn't like it. I think part of the setup also here, I'm in a hotel here in Shenzhen, China. I recently moved overseas, and so it's made my setup here and doing sessions and such a little bit. I've had to kind of adapt and kind of go through new setups, as I've been here in quarantine hotels here in China. But all that aside here, like I said, this is a session for February. Let's recap here, starting out here, recapping from January. So in January, as previously mentioned here, which as with all sessions can be accessed on my website, www.theperfectlywise.com. But in January, as you mentioned here, there was this big notion and theme here around, and this notion here of norms, orthodoxies, rules, as it relates to how we are engaged and expressed within our families, within our groups, within our communities, our collectives. A certain notion here wherein, given this really big energy here of freedom, which the recent conjunction with Saturn and Jupiter both going into Aquarius has really lent us, and certainly in this 5 universal year, has lent us, within 2021 here, a certain notion here wherein as we essentially mine meaning of what freedom is going to mean for us, a notion here where that understanding is deepened in the ways here in which we consider the norms, the expectations, the orthodoxies that we engage with and that we set our expectations to, as they are influenced and expressed from our groups, our communities, our collectives, and making sure here that those norms, those orthodoxies affirm our most authentic, empowered expression of self as we move forward. So that was a big notion here and theme here that came up in January. Interestingly enough, here in a big summary here for February, I was getting this notion here of a certain, and in context here, I'm getting where a lot of this is a little bit influenced here with Mars recently transitioning from being for months now in Aries going into Taurus. Now Mars is in Taurus, and Uranus, which recently wrapped up a month-long retrograde period, has stationed direct in, most recently over the past few weeks, stationed direct in Taurus also. I'm getting a really, really strong, the totem, the animal totem that kind of came to me and sort of in describing this energy was the turtle. And this notion here, more specifically, as far as slow and steady wins the race. There's a certain slow prodding, building things to last, creating new innovative things and imagining from mind to form, from mind to matter, innovative, revolutionary, expectation shattering sort of expressions and manifestations, but taking it in a certain way here and lending life force energy in a way here that's very measured, that's very steady, that's very stable. Can be a little bit, depending on how you're aspected here within your birth chart, can be a certain slow to move, like slow to start kind of energy. But once you get going, you're building something to last. You're sticking with it to the end kind of energy. I was getting a lot of where that theme was coming up here in February, and just more generally as we're hitting February, a lot of where that energy here is really influencing and shaping folks at this time. I was also getting a bit of an energy here. This was kind of carrying over from January, but I'm getting where there's applications as it also runs through in February as it relates to home and how we are essentially feeling most stable and steady within home, within comfortable within homes. And that could be a physical home, but also generally within the home of the body, which houses the soul. That was a theme here that I was getting from in January as it was channeled out here in a separate session in January. But I'm getting where that also carries over in theme for February and onwards as well. I'll go ahead and just kind of get right to it here. Pulling today here from the Rider-Waite deck here. I'll go ahead and pull some additional cards here in case there are new messages that come up here or if anything comes up to affirm that message, leading us to February and onwards. Okay, so let's see what comes up. And I'll go ahead and unstick these cards. I think since having these cards for a bit of time here, they've started doing this thing where they like stick together when I put them back in the box. So I'm going to just go ahead and separate them out here so nothing gets stuck here. Okay, across the legs. Okay. Yeah, for some reason, I always get this message whenever I have my legs crossed as I'm reading, channeling stuff. I just get this message, this voice from my guides going like, uncross your legs. I don't know what that's really all about, but anyways, all right, just give me a second here. These cards really get quite sticky. All right, that should just about do it. Okay, all right, let's go ahead and cut the cards here. All right, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Are you ready for your appointment? Your appointment with your destiny, your appointment with your great work? At this point in time here, have you found yourself willing and able to engage with your destiny with bravery, with determination? With a notion here where no matter how long it takes you, you are ready, you are able, you are willing to always move steadily ahead, assuredly ahead. I'm getting many soul beings here, either in inspiration or an engagement, are coming upon here their appointments with their destiny. And a calling to courage, a calling to determination, a calling to move ahead and carry it forth ahead in manifestation, in expression, in creation. I'm getting where there are many soul beings here, where there are these karmic relationships, karmic connections, and almost these appointments that have been set here between soul beings that are ready to be expressed, and the appointment is ready to start at this time and in opportunity. There's a sharpening of the mind here that is being expressed here, and a way here wherein this sharpened mind in particular, there's a certain innovative, groundbreaking, shattering of expectations here in which this sharpened and newly expressed mind is making itself known and has an opportunity to make itself known and be utilized within soul beings at this time. I'm getting at immediately in this Ace of Swords energy as it combines in this Seven of Wands energy at the bottom of the deck. Yeah, this energy here is giving me, I keep getting this buzzword of appointment. Not just a karmic contract, not just a certain destiny, a certain fate, so to speak, but an appointment with fate. An appointment with what has been fated for you. For us as soul beings. As we move forward in this new emergent day and age. Do you know what your destiny is? Do you know what your fate is? You haven't found it yet? You soon will. And in so fact, every step forward that you make shapes your destiny in real time. This is being shaped whether you, this is actually being shaped. Your destiny, our destinies and fates here are being shaped by us and through us, even without us being conscious of it and knowing that that's what's happening. And so with that understanding, here's where your own space of clarity and understanding of what your destiny is, what your purpose is. Because you recognize here, and there's an understanding here where it's being shaped in real time, well, let's understand what that is so that I can have my own sense of power and presence in influencing that, as opposed to having something, as with this notion here of having my life, you're having life happen to you. But when I understand what the purpose of it is, I can shape that destiny and shape those outcomes on my own steam. I can be an empowered engager and participant of this shaped and manifested destiny. Interesting. Okay. Beautiful angels. Ascended masters. Ooh. Ah. You're gonna learn, yeah, you're learning what your life is really, we're learning what, there's a learning period here of what life is meant to be, how your life is meant to be, and how your experiences in this new day and age are learning you really, really quickly and in really, really amazing and innovative ways. I'm getting that in this Page of Pentacles energy. Interesting. Ascended Masters, creatures of the elemental realm, creatures of nature, the great goddess. Spirit guides, ancestors, brothers and sisters across all galaxies and realms, beings of love and light who know us well and wish us well. We thank you for another day of love, life, and purpose on this earthly plane. We ask you, let us always, and channeled as always, my own intuition, that deep place of inner knowing and wisdom. Any messages, any other messages? Ooh, geez, energy's flying out here. Any other messages of love, light, healing, and wisdom? The dog days are over. The despondency is over. You need not be despondent anymore. Life need not be something that occurs and happens to you anymore. And so, in fact, it occurs through you with the unified mind, body, and spirit. Yeah, I'm getting that. Interesting. Any other messages of love, light, healing, and wisdom for our collective for February? Led as always and channeled as always on my own intuition. I'm getting many soul beings here who have gone through a very, very long form period here for some time here of difficulty and strife. Who has worked through these difficulties, these setbacks, these burdens for some time. Who has, in their own way here, physically, emotionally, mentally, have been downtrodden and beaten up, encountered various periods of time where there has been setbacks, where there has been a need to work through conditions that may not have been, at least in perception and reception, been completely hospitable and favorable. I'm getting where this energy here, where there is much of a more steadfast, stable, one step at a time. It's taking the pressure off. It's taking it's offloading some necessary energetic burdens so that, among other things, there can be a sense of love, romance, and fun and lavish time that is born and received internally and also in experience as we get to work in mining detail from a detail standpoint, from a one step at a time period here, moment here, an expression here of what is present here from within the soul self, within sort of our expressed destiny appointments, on the earth plane from the internal self. From the internal self, then expressed outwards externally. Essentially, in summarizing, it's essentially having fun and mining deep, deep love and romance in the process. So not just sort of working on it for work's sake, but enjoying your work. Enjoying the work, enjoying the process, enjoying the steps. Like genuinely enjoying the process. Seeking luxury, seeking and engaging from a space of lavishness and love and luxury within the process. Seeking unions and partnerships within the process. Seeking to be whole. Making sure that your work and the work and what is built does not tear one apart. As would be expressed here in this Five of Pentacles energy and this Ten of Swords energy. Work is not something that need to tear one apart anymore. That has you working much and losing even more. I'm getting where there's almost like a sense of realization and epiphany. Yeah, almost an epiphany that is being given here at this time here, as expressed here in this Ace of Swords energy. And a way here wherein I want to learn about the ways here in which my life and even what I work on actually in so fact brings me pleasure, and where I can mine a sense of enjoyment in the process. I'm getting that in combination with this Page of Pentacles energy. How do I have fun in my work? How do I get to celebrate and enjoy my work? How do I get to mine deep union, harmony, and romance within my work? And within all the steps that are included in the process. Interesting. So just a question that you might find yourself, and a theme and notion you might find yourself grappling with and kind of mining and learning. Oh, also learning in February and onwards. Here are the messages of love, light, healing, and wisdom for February for our collective. Led as always and channeled as always. Yeah, there's that seven of wands energy coming up again. Led as always and channeled as always to our own intuition, my own intuition. That deep place of inner knowing and wisdom. And here are the messages. If I wanted to move forward, let me enjoy the process of moving forward. Why does this have to feel like drudgery? Why does the work, I'm just getting these questions that are being popped in here. Why does the work and the manifestation of my dreams here, and especially as it's aligned here in my destiny, why has it felt like drudgery? Why has it felt like a struggle? Why have I not enjoyed this? Sure, there's determination. Interesting. I just keep getting this. Just getting this theme here as it's arising from the subconscious and from deep within the self. Yeah, I'm almost getting from the internal self outwards, like these revelations and sort of points of like epiphanies are kind of popping up here. Why does my work here? Why should my work here and the determined way in which I move forward, why is that bringing me pain? Shouldn't this be bringing me pleasure? Shouldn't I, even with the hard work, shouldn't I be enjoying this? Shouldn't I be mining a sense of satisfaction and returning, even at precious moments, to points of harmony and peace within the process? If that is not the case, should I be learning something different? Should I be engaging in doing something different here? Is there something here that I need to learn? Especially as it all connects here in my connection here with Pachamama, with the earth, my expression here on earth. Pachamama, do you have something else to tell me? Is there something else here in your bounty that I'm meant to... Have I been working hard here to receive your bounty and not enjoying the process of working with you in the reception, in that very same reception and receiving of your bounty? Have I learned here and taken upon here a notion here wherein working for the bounty of Pachamama of the Earth Mother, of Gaia, within the Earth plane here, that necessarily has to be a process dripped and drenched in drudgery and struggle and pain. I can be wizened and learn from pain, but I should also necessarily enjoy the process as well. I should enjoy myself. Shouldn't I? Interesting. Yeah, oh, so yeah, anyways, the card that came out most recently was Seven of Wands. So just affirming that notion here as far as movement and determined progression forward. I'm getting here where there's a question here that's being mined here in, it is a strong access point here of wanting to enjoy the process, wanting to enjoy the work, wanting to enjoy and feel a sense of almost anticipation in the fulfillment of what you could say here is the soul appointment and of destiny. I should be looking forward to this. I should be seeking pleasure and enjoyment in this process. Interesting. Interesting. Any other messages of love, light, healing, and wisdom for our community and collective? No. For February, led as always and channeled as always by my own intuition, that deep place of inner knowing and wisdom. Any other messages? Any other messages of love, light, healing, and wisdom for our community, for collectives? Whoop! Yeah, there's like rushing epiphany. Yeah, this Knight of Swords energy. Yeah, I'm getting like rushing epiphanies. And almost like many questions and notions here that are running through the mind, running through the internal self at this time. Yeah, I'm getting that in this Knight of Swords energy. There's a lot of things that's being realized at a lot of time. And I'm getting, they're drawing me to the illustration here with the clouds. There's a certain jaggedness here. You see here in the clouds, which speaks to, I'm getting where this energy speaks to a certain, it can feel very rushed. It can feel very like fractured, fragmented thoughts that are kind of rushing and all at the same time. It's all serving in a quality of clarity and realization. But it's like there's like these compounding realizations that then kind of create a little bit this jagged kind of mental space here, but it's all serving in a right purpose. It's almost like the veil, it's almost like the veil of discordancy is being lifted. Yeah. What has been perceived and received and assumed as order now is getting to be revealed as disorder, as disorderly, as untenable, as something that doesn't work. Yeah, I'm getting rushing epiphanies there. Rushing epiphanies there as it connects here in the notion here of enjoying the work. Enjoying and almost kind of expressing within a like anticipation of the soul appointment of destiny. This should feel pleasurable. I should enjoy this. I should have fun in this process. Yeah, that's what this, when I speak to this sense of like love, this mind sense of like feeling love and unity and pleasure and enjoyment, that's what I'm getting here in these expressions of the Two of Cups and the Three of Cups. Yeah, a rushing realization here where those are not in so fact as careless and fanciful notions and expectations. They have their weight and they have their space and validity. Yeah. It's valid here that the progression forward here of our lives here, that we enjoy the process. That is what helps and fuels us to keep moving. Because even with all the hard work, even with all the sort of detailed, mind detail work here, there's still a sense of enjoyment and pleasure that is sought and engaged with within the process. Like that's kind of that notion here, like within the workforce, like a positive reinforcement. It's breaking out of the matrix here, wherein we're moving forward here, even despite the various expressions that are really more so serving in so fact here in creating negative reinforcements of beating us down bit by precious bit. And there is also a space of responsibility, a personal space of responsibility, and newfound inner study and earth-based studies here in saying, well, what brings me enjoyment? What do I enjoy? What do I find pleasure in? How can I integrate those processes and those expressions within my work and within my lifestyle? Oh, interesting. Within my lifestyle. Interesting. Interesting. And other messages of love, light, healing, and wisdom for our community and collective for February. Let as always, and channel as always, on my own intuition, that deep place of inner knowing and wisdom. Any other messages? Cut this here. Any other messages of love, light, healing, and wisdom? Interesting. Any other messages? Yeah, we're moving forward here. I'm getting a internal monologue here of, I'm moving forward here to meet my destiny, not to meet a jail sentence. Energy that came up here, the Chariot. Yeah, this is an appointment with my destiny, and I want to enjoy this. I should be enjoying this. I should be anticipating this. How this essentially is expressed here in destiny within the earth plane, and how I engage with this physically, in a physical way here. I'm getting there's a lot of physicality that is kind of present here in that notion. I should enjoy this. Yeah, the influence of Venus in a lot of ways here really... The influence here of Venus and the Earth Mother, divine feminine principle here, I'm getting that's very, very strongly shaping and influencing this time period. Which would also make sense. This energy here, the Chariot energy here, in the tarot here, this is the court card of Cancer. And Cancer here, not the court card, this is the major arcana card here of Cancer. And in astrology, Cancer is the sign of the moon, which is the divine feminine. Yeah. So there's a notion here wherein, yeah, there needs to be balance. Yeah, there needs to be balance here. I'm also getting here, this energy here, the Chariot energy also speaks to a lot of like balance. There needs to be a balance here of work and play. Yeah, there needs to be a balance point here of determination and pleasure, the pleasure seeking, the pleasure mining principle and practice. We need to enjoy our work. We need to enjoy and anticipate our destinies. That is what helps us to move forward. It's natural within the human spirit and within the soul spirit that you move towards and you mine a sense of determination here in what brings you pleasure and what fulfills you, what fulfills you, what you enjoy. It makes the work worth it. It makes the process worth it. I'm getting here where, especially here, I'm getting in this energy combination with the Five of Pentacles and Ten of Swords here, a realization here, an epiphany here, wherein there has been many experiences within past, within present, where you've invested much. There's been much investment, but you haven't enjoyed it. And there's almost a sense of like a sense of programming around that. Just say almost like your pleasure and your enjoyment, your happiness didn't really matter. It wasn't prioritized. Your happiness and sense of fulfillment was not prioritized within, as expressed here outside of the self, and also certainly within your own dialogue that you have with yourself. This combination here also with Nine of Swords is also kind of giving me that. It's giving me an inner dialogue, an inner messaging that's kind of expressed there. You didn't honor that message. We didn't honor that message. There's an opportunity here where we can honor that at this time. Even in the space where there's much determination on hard work that is being expected of us and that we engage with. We want to enjoy the work. Yeah. Interesting. We want to enjoy the process. Because we're in Sophac here, we're in an energetic influence in space here where we're going to be at this and working at this, mining these details for quite some time. So might as well enjoy the process. This energy here of the Eight of Pentacles is giving me that. We're going to be chipping away at these details for quite some time and mastering various points here in the process for quite some time. So we might as well enjoy it. Interesting. Enter the messages of love, light, healing, and wisdom for our community for February, for collective for February. But as always, and channeled as always by my own intuition, that deep place of inner knowing and wisdom. Enter the messages. Yeah, the heavens, as expressed here within the heavens here, the heavens want us, the divine here, the mother here, the divine mother here, wants us to be happy and wants us to enjoy the dance. Enjoy the dance, enjoy all that we are here working on and balancing and negotiating at various periods of time and any given moment in time. There's a notion here where we should enjoy this. And we want to learn about the new ways here where we can enjoy this as we are even still carrying much. This comment, yeah, that's what I'm getting here. This sort of like carrying a lot, weighing a lot kind of energy here. This sort of like dance in weighing, in balancing here. I'm getting that in this Two of Pentacles energy. And there is a really loving, there's a really wonderful, free, loving, free-flowing, free-loving, rebellious. Not just like rebellious for rebellious sake, but rebellious from a space of, let me do my own thing. Let me be free to be my own person, to be my own self, to find enjoyment in this process. Yes, I am aware of all the dangers. Yes, I am aware of all the potential pitfalls and where I should be alert and where I should be aware. But I want to do this, and I'm going to do this. And let's do this. What are we waiting for? I have all that I need to survive. I have all that I need. We have all that we need to thrive. Interesting. Getting that in this full energy. We are more prepared than we might have anticipated. Everything, even the drudgerous hard work and experiences from the past, prepared us for this moment. I'm getting where there is a readiness here for lifestyles to change in very, very big, very, very, very big ways. There are lifestyles, there are expressions of being that are ready to be changed at this time. And in the middle of this, the detail work, the planning process, the execution process that is helping to make this possible. So that in Sophac here, this is not just something that is a rushing realization and epiphany and then it just stays there. It's converted to work, to detail work. Yeah, that's what I'm getting here in this combination with the Fool, the Eight of Pentacles, and the Chariot energy. Yeah. Yeah, and again, I just keep getting this notion here of the pleasure principle. Yeah, and this would kind of make sense here, you know, like I said, with Mars and Uranus both, you know, both being in Taurus. Taurus is ruled by the planet Venus, which is a planet of love and beauty and romance. It also is the planet of that overrules matters of money, of property, of possessions. Yeah, luxury, art, like that sort of thing here. So it's all wrapped up here in that principle. So that notion here where there is a pleasure principle, there's a romance angle also that's sort of expressed here. Oh, interesting. And also where romantic, both romantic and more broadly loving unions get to support that and have its influence. Oh, interesting. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I'm getting kind of like sandwiched into this here, a certain romance union expression that's kind of sandwiched into this process as well. And that romance can be within the self. This can be the loving romance within your mind, your body, and your spirit. So, yeah, and first and foremost, that is within the self, the most powerful, the initiatory point there, the most kind of the one more powerful romances that can be expressed there from within the self and mind, from a mind body, a harmonized mind, body, and spirit resonance. Yeah. I'm getting also where this can also very much take shape here with other soul beings as well. Yeah, and this combination here, Ace of Swords and Two of Cups, it's given me a certain like divine karmic contracts and relationships, well-timed relationships and interaction that you're having with soul beings in the earth plane here that are aiding this progression and movement forward. That's aiding your work. That's allowing you to center into a space of fulfillment and enjoyment along the process, along the way. But yeah, have fun with this process. Yeah, have fun. Yeah, I'm just getting that very strongly here where, you know, yes, there's a space of, certainly there's a space here of work, and certainly a certain slow and steady wins the race here, but have fun in this process and enjoy the process. Yeah. Have fun in this process, enjoy the process, and recognize where that enjoyment allows you to center even more in stronger ways here, aligned from a space and perspective of success. And also, like I said, in enjoying the process, in enjoying the process and giving and always mining a sense of fuel to move forward. Because we're going to be in this for a while. The manifestation of your dreams and of your destiny takes time. It takes time. It's not an overnight process. There is no overnight success story here. That's not the story here. And that serves best. So might as well enjoy it because we're going to be in this for some time. Okay. Yeah. Getting this pretty much kind of cut and dry here. So yeah, I'll leave you with that. Hope that helps everyone here and that everyone's keeping healthy and safe here. And we'll leave off with that. So thank you so much. It was a pleasure. Take care. Bye.